Hello everyone, this is the Internet Network here. TotalBiscuit, also known as John Bain, deserves to get cancer.
Okay, right, stop right there. You are already 10 seconds in and you've already fucked up. I truly have maybe one or two people that I would consider my nemesis, my mortal enemies in this world. And I think I've done quite well in only having two for 30 years of the wanton destruction and mayhem that I've caused. But I would still never wish cancer on any of them. Cancer is the most destructive, heartbreaking thing that affects so many people. 1 in 3, I believe, in the UK. I don't know what the stats are for any other country. And already, as I promised you, the video at the beginning of this, that was filmed in the shed, you can see how incredibly hateful and bitter this person really is. Can't you? To already say 10 seconds in, to put his stall out, right, this is how I feel, boom, someone deserves to die. But the reasons behind him saying that John, bless him, needs to pass away is absolutely ridiculous. And I will keep stopping this video throughout, but you guys really need to see and hear the rest of this, because it is so shocking and hateful. Okay, right, let's continue.
I have no sympathy for this guy whatsoever. And if you wanted to hit that dislike button, feel free to do so.
Oh, well, since you offered, I'm one of these guys that when someone says like and subscribe, I think, well, if they deserve it, yeah, but you clearly deserve a dislike, so let's get up YouTube. There we go. And dislike. Thank you for the encouragement. I needed to get that done. You may continue, sir.
I'm gonna bathe in your salty ass tears. And just jack off to it. Yeah. Yeah. Those delicious, salty tears.
Okay, right, 31 seconds, and I'm going to tell you now that bodily fluid of mine that you're bathing in, it's salty, all right, but it ain't tears. That's damn straight. Right, I think this guy obviously has many issues, many serious issues that only a professional in a certain field can sort out. But I think one that we've identified that maybe wasn't apparent to a lot of people is that this guy can only become sexually aroused after the years of abuse from his fathers and uncles, I'm guessing, and the only way that he can become aroused is by having dislikes on videos. So there we go, we've cracked it there, we've found out why he's so bitter, but let's continue, let's see what else he's got to say.
Because I have no sympathy for this guy whatsoever, because he's a critic, and like all critics, they're all parasites. What is a critic? A critic is a low-life creature that lacks any talent or ability to contribute anything, yet chooses to verbally attack and put down the works of others. Through the usage of long words and general pretentiousness, they pretend to show intelligence and also to appear human like the rest of us, hiding their true parasitic form.
Right, okay, you might need to go back, after you've watched this through, go back and watch this again. 2 reasons. It does wonders for my view count, and also, I think it's around about the 40-second mark, where he says, what is a critic? You can hear like a click of a mouse like this, where he opens something like dictionary.com to get a definition, because this fucker has got no idea. I don't even actually think he really understands why he hates John so much, and I really shouldn't call him John because I don't know him, he doesn't know me, and as a mark of respect, I think, I will call him TotalBiscuit or TB for now. But that is amazing. Go back and listen to that when you are finished watching this video.
Everyone is entitled to an opinion, but a critic makes it a business to state their opinion to everyone through the media or press, and to state their opinion as a fact.
Sorry, you caught me mid-sip of Pepsi Max there. Right, John has never once said anything that he has put out, anything he has reviewed, anything he has commented on as fact. You will often hear him saying, I could be wrong about this. or maybe if he got so annoyed with the game, he would say maybe, it might have improved on later levels. But certainly at this point, he only goes on what he sees and what he's witnessed. He would never say, I don't think he has ever said, certainly from the hundreds of videos that I've watched of him, he's never said, right guys, you don't need to go and see any other game review. Don't even bother asking your friends about it, because what I say is the gospel. I am that damn good. I am TotalBiscuit. He's never said that. Not once, okay? Your argument is completely flawed, yet again. Carry on.
If you are a musician, a filmmaker, an artist, a writer, and you see a professional critic writing a review about you, you do the right thing and you shoot them in the face where they stand.
Oh my God. Who thinks that? Besides yourself and Kanye West, who the hell thinks if someone is critiquing something of yours, you need to kill them? For those of you who are in England, you would know of the Jonathan Ross show, the Graham Norton show, where they get their celebrity guests on and they do like a little review of the film. So what you're saying is that you want to see good old Jonathan Ross, that delightful man with the lisp who can't pronounce his letter R's for whatever reason. You want to see Russell Crowe just come on and shoot him in the face because he reviewed his movie, because he critiqued it. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Like I said, I don't think anyone apart from yourself and Kanye West have thought that. And do you know why you thought that? It's because you've had so many negative views and negative comments about your own channel that is now the rule, that everyone has to just shoot critics where they stand. Unbelievable.
If you want to know if a film or a band is any good, don't read the reviews. Ask a friend what they think.
Hang on. Ask a friend what they think. Wouldn't that make them a critic? Is this why you've got no friends, the Undernetwork? Is this why no other kids want to play with you? Because you've shot them all? Is it? I think I know why now. You're such a lonely young man. We'll try and help you. Carry on.
Or just do it yourself. But there you have it. That's pretty much what a critic is. And to summarize, from a personal quote I like to create, and the one that I like to use every single time when I discuss about a critic, is that a critic is someone who fails at what they do. TotalBiscuit has never developed a single fucking game in his life. Why do I want to take the opinion of someone else who has never developed a game?
Because he's a normal guy like you and me, and because of that, he relates to you on a one-to-one level without any experience at how you might enjoy the game. Okay, right. At the Undernetwork, we've got a couple of rules in now. If you review anything, music, film, art, videos on YouTube, you get cancer. That's rule number one. You are now allowed to shoot critics in the face where they stand. That's very important. He said where they stand. So if they're sitting, you must leave them alone. And also now you can only critique things if you have actually experienced that area yourself. Okay, so if you walk out of a movie now, you are going to see a line of armed guards. Okay, now I'm going to let you into this because this is what the Undernetwork is going to put in place with his vast resources and power. Okay, and what they do is they listen to people coming out the movie, and if they hear you say maybe to your girlfriend or wife, boyfriend on Valentine's Day, "Hey, what did you think of that movie?" You'll hear the click of the safety come off the guns, and then you go, "Yeah, it was good. However, at that point, I suggest you either run or sit down because you've just become a critic." Okay? So that's a little hint of what you can expect to see in the Odeons all around the world from now on. But please, sir, carry on.
Who has never been in the game industry, who doesn't even develop games for a living. Why should I take his opinion? Again, that's the perfect example of a highly opinionated, ignorant person. No rational human being would ever take this guy seriously. And that's what pisses me off about the community.
Okay, stop. I've kind of left it a couple of seconds too long there. You're talking about people being rational. You're saying to someone, you're broadcasting on the internet that you hope someone gets cancer for being a critic. And you're talking about people being rational. It absolutely blows my fucking mind. And I want to say now, you'll hear me giggling and laughing at this. I don't think any of this is fucking funny whatsoever. TotalBiscuit was probably the whole reason I got into YouTube. Now you might be thinking, well, why don't you become a critic? Why aren't you a critic like him? Well, first of all, I'd be shot where I stand. But second of all, I was inspired by him to go and do my own thing. I didn't want to try and critique anything because he does it so well. I wouldn't want to be another TotalBiscuit because no one can get close to that. No one can touch him. So I'm laughing because if I don't laugh and giggle at this, cancer has touched my family as well, unfortunately, as it has a lot of people. I might actually just start like getting really upset and really emotional, and no one wants to see a video where I start crying or hear me cry anyway. So I don't find any of this funny whatsoever, but I'm having to take the piss out of this in my own way, and it involves me laughing. I'm not laughing at the situation, I'm laughing at him and his worldview. Okay, I promise you. Let's continue.
TotalBiscuit is that they accept every single one of his opinions as a fact, even though he runs his mouth for about 30 minutes straight. And if you cannot even make a review in under 10 minutes, you do not deserve the right to even be called a reviewer. Because it just goes to show you that you are incapable of dissecting or analyzing content or even measuring it in a way for people to understand in a short amount of time, or even a decent amount of time, to explain it in a way where it's actually worth their time.
Right, stop there. Worth your time. First of all, that was about 10 seconds of the most rambling nonsense ever. And you're basically reviewing his technique there. First of all, this whole video is amazing because he's having a go at critics, but he is criticising TotalBiscuit. Okay, the irony is not lost on me. I realised that very early on. But hold up, folks. We have got another new rule that the Under Network is now employing onto YouTube. So everyone, make sure you've noted down the other rules so far, because there are a lot coming out now that we need to abide to. So make sure you note these down as we go. The new one is you can't have a video critiquing anything over 10 minutes. Or maybe you're just not allowed anything over 10 minutes in general because, the Under Network's time is so precious that he hasn't got time. He hasn't got time to watch anything over 10 minutes, which is good news because this is going to take a fucking lifetime to do this video. But thank God for that, because the Under Network, his time is so precious. He's got to go on. He's got to make some horrible overlay on his games just to make sure no one steals it, and then he goes on to record some very mediocre Battlefield 4 gameplay. He's too busy to deal with anything over 10 minutes. The man's very important. He's a big decision maker. He's up there with like Richard Branson. He's got a lot on the go. Very much an entrepreneur. So, let's not waste any more of his time. Let's carry on.
All right. I don't need a douchebag telling me for 30 minutes straight about what they think about something, when they're incapable of being objective, of observing, measuring, dissecting, understanding, or breaking down that information in an objective manner and making it in a way to understand for those that are unaware or ignorant about a certain form of knowledge or experience about something. And that's why I have no sympathy for this guy whatsoever. He deserves to get cancer, and especially for somebody that is very young for his age. He is currently 31 years old, and he already has cancer. And it just goes to show you how it's nature's way of eliminating the weak-minded, the weak-willed, the genetically inferior people off the face of this earth.
Okay. Little bit of History 101 for you now. the gaming womble, I wasn't really that academic when it came to school, college. Didn't do university, wasn't for me. I went out and I got myself a job. But when I was at college, I studied IT, English, media. I did a load of bits and pieces. I really did. I actually took on quite a lot. Now, one of the things I didn't really get into was the whole medicine side of things. I was never going to be a medical student. I'm not smart enough. But I'm pretty damn sure that this is maybe the best bit. This is maybe the best bit. I can't see it getting any better than this. I'm really, really sure that the length of video and quality of content that you produce on YouTube has anything to do with how sick you've become. I mean, if that was true, fuck me, I would have been dead long after. I would have been dead after my first video. I really would have. Jesus Christ. So let me get this straight now. Lemmy, the lead singer, bassist, legend, icon, cowboy of metal, who passed away from cancer recently. I'm guessing maybe the video wasn't quite to the Under Network's expectations of their last tour that was maybe uploaded, and I'm pretty sure that's why Lemmy got cancer. Well, according to the Under Network anyway, because apparently maybe the video or an interview with him wasn't good enough, probably went over 10 minutes, let's face it, and that equals cancer. It's bad enough that we have to listen to this, but the Battlefield 4 gameplay is continue.
He fucking deserves it. I have no sympathy for this guy. And if you want to dislike this video, feel free. I pretty much don't give a shit. Somebody has to say it for what it is. And I cannot believe how there's so many cowards out there on the internet.
Stop. Cowards out there on the internet. You are hiding your face. And personally attacking and wishing death. Let's face it, let's not beat around the bush here. You're wishing death upon, to you and me, a complete stranger. And you're talking about being a coward. Now, don't get me wrong. He's called the Under Network. I am the Gaming Womble. No one really puts their name out on the internet, really, unless they get really famous and people just find it out anyway. But at least at the beginning of this video, I had the good grace to go on camera and you saw my face. And you could see how annoyed and upset it made me. But you sit here behind your shit overlay, your awful Battlefield 4 gameplay, and run your mouth. You talk about people running their mouth, but this is just has taken it to a whole new level. And I promise you now, I will use what little contacts I have to stir up an overwhelming groundswell to have you taken off YouTube for this. I promise you. I will reach out to people that have never heard of me before, and I will do something about you. I promise you this.
Who don't call TotalBiscuit for what he is, a freaking parasite. Enough, that's all he is. It's just a critic with a highly opinionated view, with a toxic community that thinks that he is right all the time and can never do no wrong. That's why TotalBiscuit disabled all of the comments on his videos, because it's just a one-sided argument. They're not allowed to discuss anything negative in his little safe space of his YouTube channel.
Wait. Hang on. Right, I can't believe it, but he's actually brought up a really good point there. I did not know that you can... Let me just log into YouTube now. I did not know you could disable comments from videos. I have been getting so much spam at the moment. Where is it? Holy shit, you can. Unbelievable. Well, consider comments removed from my videos, except this one. I want to know what you guys think about this, so I will leave comments for this, but I think comments are about to be taken off my videos, so I never thought I'd say it in a million years, but thank you, the Under Network.
people are gonna say that, oh, he's because he doesn't like the Google comment system. Bull fucking shit. Leave the comments on. Just because somebody is writing a negative comment about you and you don't want to fucking hear it, is not a lousy excuse to say that the YouTube comment system, the Google Plus comment system, is broken, and just have them completely disabled. Completely. Fuck you, man. Just fuck you. And I was saying before, I have no sympathy for this guy. Just like Roger Ebert, he deserves to get cancer just like every other freaking parasite on this planet. And Roger Ebert has never filmed a single movie in his life. And you want me to take his opinion about the films and the film industry? This, I'm telling you, you need to know the difference between a critic and an evaluator. And the difference between objective and subjective. And I was saying before, it just pisses me off to the point where I just cannot put up with this. This is why I don't like taking people's opinions. When I tell a person if they want to be able to buy a game or not, I tell it exactly for what it is. I tell them the positives and the negatives, the benefits of purchasing a game versus the negatives or the repercussions of purchasing a game. The pros and cons. It's just that simple, man. This is a second grade level basics. Like mentality, rationality. And if you can't even do that, why even bother existing, man? And that's why, like I said, that's why he deserves to get cancer, because he deserves to get eliminated off the face of this fucking earth. And I have...
Okay, people who deserve to get eliminated. I'm going to list them for you now. Piers Morgan, Chris Martin of Coldplay, Kim Jong-un, Robert Mugabe, probably George Bush, Tony Blair. There are probably quite a lot of people there, but I would not say that TotalBiscuit, bless him, deserves to be eliminated like some kind of biblical force is going to roll into town and go, oh, well, this YouTube video was over 10 minutes. We know what that means. Cancer and biblical annihilation. It isn't going to happen, fella. No one deserves what this poor guy is going through.
No sympathy for this douchebag. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to rate, like, subscribe, or comment. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, feel free to rate, like, or subscribe. I don't think you're going to have any problem with people commenting on it. Subscribing might be an issue, because I've noticed that you've already dropped 1,000 subscribers already. And very shortly after I send a couple of emails and make a couple of phone calls to my boys, I don't think you're going to be around on YouTube whatsoever. But do not worry, the Undernetwork. Your video will be forever immortalized on my channel as the most hateful, bitter, sinister, vicious, poisonous, disgusting waste of 8 minutes 50 ever. Honestly, I'd rather watch a chimp scratching himself for 8 minutes 50 than any of that. I'd rather watch a snuff movie than what you posted. Honestly. Not long ago now, lads. Let's just hang in there for another minute.
Much don't give a fuck. But if you want a real YouTuber who gives you a real review and shows you the content for what it is, the facts, the evidence, the reality of what you want to hear, not what you need to hear, not want to hear, but more like you need to know about this if you're gonna make a certain decision about making a certain purchase. So, there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe. I don't give a fuck. No fucks given. But, again, he deserves it. I really just don't care about this guy. I really just don't give a shit. He's actually more of a benefit if he were to die.
Right, we're almost at the end of the video now. I don't care about this guy. I don't care about TotalBiscuit. Oh, he's such a dick. Oh my god, but I went out my way to put a video on YouTube for 8 minutes 50 about how much I hate him. That's how much I don't care about him. If you didn't care about him, you would not put anything up. But I now know why you are like this. What happened? What happened, the Undernetwork? Was it the molestation by your father or uncle? Or was it the fact that maybe a year or two ago, a friend of yours said, hey, the Undernetwork, you're really good at gaming and talking and stuff. When you're not at your Nazi rallies or staying up all night with your fleshlight, maybe you should consider making some YouTube videos. Yes, you thought, finally a platform for me to voice my oh so important opinions that everyone has to listen. Everyone needs to love me. Love me, Internet, love me. So you went and talked to your parents, and you got them, at the age of 25, to buy you a gaming PC and a mic, and they said, hey, remember, you've got to go to school on weekends because you're that retarded, so put on your helmet and your armbands before you go to bed. But first, you can go and you can express your oh so important and world-saving views on YouTube. And you started to make videos. And then you slowly realised that actually it is very difficult to gain a following on YouTube. You couldn't believe it. All the hard work you put in, staying up all night, not going to those Nazi rallies and KKK gatherings, all the other hateful stuff you do, like going around turning people's machines off in cancer wards. You refrained from doing that to make your videos, and it just wasn't paying off, was it? And then you looked around and you saw John. You saw John doing what he does best. Practically apart from you, I think universally loved. And you pissed you off so much. You got so full of hate that you honestly believe that having cancer is a good thing. And you honestly, deep down, you think that you can step into the void. That if John was not to recover from this, and touch wood he will, you honestly think that you can step into his shoes and do a better job than he has. And folks, I'm going to leave this video here. We're not going to watch the full 8 minutes 50. I've got to 8 minutes 44. That's enough for me, and probably enough from all of you. The fact is that if John does not recover from this, and cancer does take his life, people will still be watching his channel long after he's gone. And they will still watch his content more than anything that you put up. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. It's been a very long video. It really has. I apologise for this. Almost half an hour, which means I'm going to get triple cancer, apparently. But some stuff needed to be said. It has upset me greatly. People say, we'll never let this kind of stuff get to you, but I can't have someone go off and say this stuff about the person, the whole reason that I got into YouTube in the first place. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again for a little less serious video next time. So long for now, folks.